John here, Titan Talk, and thank you for joining us. We're also having a Titan Medical Lifestyle podcast that we're bringing at you every week, so you guys will have fresh content from Titan all the way around, talking about a number of different things, from our therapies of the week, what's going on with Titan, our events, poll questions, some valuable educational information that you guys can use in your daily lives, whether it be some of the medical stuff that we do, or maybe some tips of nutrition or water, or something that you guys may ask that we can answer here and we can help you out with, and we can share that information, because that's what it's all about, guys. Sharing valuable, factual information, right? There's a lot of myths out there, and there's a lot of, I want to say bro science in some of the ways, and some of the different things out there. So it's going to be an awesome Titan Talk. I'm going to bring up our therapy of the week first off. If you guys have any questions, please list them, or even wait till the end and bring them up. I'm going to give away some free Titan gear, possibly a gift certificate today for $100. So stay tuned and stay involved with this Titan Talk with us. So the first thing I want to bring up to you guys is our therapy of the week. I always come with a therapy of the week, and even though I keep talking about it over and over and over, I still get the questions every week, and I still got the question this week. And our poll question was, have you ever tried the ECAs? Or do you know any information about them? And a lot of people said no. I couldn't believe it. Like, that's like one of the first go-tos, because we do a lot of injection therapies here, like vitamins, amino acid injectable therapies, and stuff like that. And we have some great ones that boost the metabolism naturally. But our ECA Stack Plus, right, and I call it an ECA Stack Plus, is because it's a capsule form, but it's been used for a long, long time, right? Ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. That has been a good formulation that has worked over a long, vast period of years. And it's worked for guys that are in fitness, or it's worked for people that are just trying to lose some weight, trying to feel better, trying to have some energy. And we know this is a great combination. The ephedrine, the caffeine, and the aspirin work synergistically to give you an overall great effect. And you always want to make sure that your tolerance is there and everything like that, but I'm going to go over that too. So, what's in the ECA Stack Plus? Because we talk about ECA. So, let's cover ECA so you know what that means. It means ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin, okay? Now, real ephedrine, HCl, can only be prescribed to you, right? It can come from the pharmacy, prescribed in your name. Real ephedrine, HCl. You see some of the supplement companies or some places out there trying to sell ephedrine extract or certain things like that. Don't go for that. Make sure you know what you're getting. Real ephedrine, HCl. Okay, so ECA, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin. What is added on for the Stack Plus, John, and how is it going to benefit you? So, when we have ECA, which is ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, which I told you, and you also add in the chromium and B12, this is going to help you and your body boost your metabolism naturally, get more fat burning results out of it, right, or weight loss, which we're really looking for, and lean up. And obviously, it's going to get rid of, so hopefully, some of that water weight if you're carrying that water weight. Now, when you're on things like this, you know it can dehydrate you to a certain bit, and you want to drink a lot of water. Make sure you're staying hydrated. I say it with everything. You know, I think of our body, I think of it like a grape, too. And I say this with injections to a lot of people. I tell people, I say, all right, if you're a grape and you're a good grape, you're really full of water, right? It's juicy, it's full, and that's what our body's majority made up of, is water. But when we're dehydrated, think about that shriveled little grape, right? It's really hard because it has none of that fluid in there. So make sure you're hydrated, right? Can you go over the difference between ephedrine and pseudoephedrine? Good job. All right, Justin, thank you, man. Justin always brings up great information. I love Justin. He's always in tune to what's going on, and he's very in tune to his body, and he knows a lot of stuff, so it's great. So, ephedrine and pseudoephedrine. So when we talk about a pseudoephedrine, we talk about some of the cold medicines out there, right? These have properties to get rid of the symptoms of congestion and stuff like that. That's what pseudoephedrine is, and this is more of a synthetic thing. Now, ephedrine or ephedra, which ephedra is the main thing that comes, and ephedrine comes out of ephedra, and it's one molecule off, excuse me. So pseudoephedrine is where you find it in cold medicines, and people always say, you know, you can go buy these cold medicines and it's going to give you the exact same effect of the fat burning properties. All right, so it could give you some sort of the effect, right? Because it does have some of the caffeine and it does have some of the pseudoephedrine. So you will get that little effect from it. But you're getting all these congestion medications, all these other things that you don't want, and they can be doing you some negative harm, I guess, in some ways, right? So at that point, don't go for that. Go for the real thing. Don't try to play Frankenstein or scientific chemist and put your own things together. You might get off doses and they might affect you differently. Or you're trying to get cold medicine and stuff like that. Don't go for that old school. I know it's an old school hack to use. I know a lot of people out there. But why? When you can get the real thing and you know exactly what it's going to do, it's dosed from a pharmacy, prescribed from a doctor, you know it's going to work, right? So I want to go over that. It was great. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you bringing that up. So when you're adding in the chromium and the B12 along with ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, you're getting a great overall effect. Ephedrine is going to help you burn fat, right? It's going to help you burn fat. Whether you're sitting down, you're up, it's going to help you boost that core temperature in your body to burn that fat. Now, caffeine is going to give you energy. It's also going to help you with concentration along with ephedrine. So you should be zoned into what you're doing. Whether you're working out, whatever it is, it should give you more of a desired effect to do that, more motivated, and hopefully push you through and give you energy to do it. We talk about these things all the time. So that's really a great one, and it's a great therapy. It's our therapy of the week, ECA Stack Plus. And when we talk about ECAs, we talk about some of the different dosages people need because everybody is different per se. Now there is one mass, dosage that could go for the masses out there. But when you really start breaking down people, it doesn't matter size, right? I get that myth a lot. Well, I'm 300 pounds or I'm 100 pounds. And the dosage, now a lot of medications are dosage on weight and everything like that. So when we talk about this though, we talk about tolerance. To stimulants, ephedrine and caffeine are both stimulants. So caffeine we know, and caffeine's in everything. And a lot of people take a lot of caffeine a lot of different ways. Whether you're taking in energy drinks or coffee or that latte or whatever it may be. So you're going to Starbucks all the time. You're spending a ton of money doing this. Some of those drinks cost $8 or $9. Even your energy drinks, Red Bull, right? Monsters, $2, $3 a pop. And what are you getting with that? You're getting some sort of boost initially, you're getting a crash later, and you're getting all kinds of garbage that's in those products. So at that point, you might be doing yourself a disservice. You're getting an initial short-term great effect, but in the end, you might be doing yourself more harm than good, especially if you're going for weight loss. I talked about it today or this weekend with my cousin, and she's trying to lose weight and stuff like that, but she's tired, but she has to get through the day. So she knows that she has to keep moving no matter what. She's got to go to work. She's got to take care of the kids. She's got to pay the bills. So she'll use whatever she needs to at that point, whether it's a Coca-Cola in the day to give her that sugar rush. She goes out. She'll drink the lattes from Dunkin' Donuts and stuff. I offered her some different substitutes this weekend for that, and she was so stuck on it. That's what she wanted. But we got to talk about some of these different things that are in there that could be doing you a regressing effect instead of a progression that you're looking for. Especially when you're talking about sugars and stuff like that convert into fats, and you're taking a lot of sugar in per day, that's no good for your body. So ECAs, and we talk about these different doses. So with us, we have 3 different doses. We have our low dose, right? We have our high dose, and we have our ECA Ultra, which we really do not promote. So at that point, you guys can get all the different doses you may need. Now, like I said, it really depends on you and your stimulant effect. I've seen some girls that weigh 100 pounds that need a high dose. I've seen some guys at 260 pounds that need the low dose. And you yourself know your sensitivity to stimulants. Now, this is not your over-the-counter fat burner, right? This shouldn't give you any jitters. You shouldn't have any nauseous effects. You shouldn't feel like you're going to crawl out of your skin. That was the exact terms my cousin told me. She goes to her doctor and she's a little bit overweight. All right, she's got some body fat percentage. So the doctor gave her phentermine. It was too much for her. And phentermine or phetrametrazine are FDA approved for appetite suppressing. They are not fat burners. Now they're like legal meth, but you will build up a tolerance and it won't work as good, it won't work at all, and you'll need it just to get yourself going as a crutch every day. That's not what you want, guys. You want these things to work for you, especially the therapies. So make sure you know what you're doing and make sure you're getting the right information or these right different therapies that can help you. When I told her about the ECA Stack Plus, she's like, obviously my doctor didn't bring this up, but the phentermine, the phetrametrazine are pushed so far down these people's throats. They're controlled substances. They don't work well over time. They're made out there. Now, if they were truly used for what they're made for, and that's appetite suppressing. If somebody comes in and says, listen, I have a problem with my appetite, I can't eat, and they really want to change, this could help them in a benefit to a certain degree because it should suppress their appetite so they can pick better sources of meals and maybe smaller portions. This hardly ever works with patients because they use it, they get the effect, they think they can eat what they want because they're using this, and they're just doing themselves more harm than good. So really make sure you guys are knowing your best options for weight loss, right? And it's not just Ephedrine or Ephedrine. Look into ECA Stack Plus, all right? That's a really good one. I use it. A lot of different patients use it. We get a lot of great results, and it's great as far as a substitute to knock out all the garbage things you might be intaking with these energy drinks or all the sugar you may be intaking and such. So really, really do the best for yourself you guys can. All right, so stimulant tolerance, we talked about that, and understanding yours. So you'll probably know where you lie if you drink a cup of coffee or you drink a Red Bull, or even some people take caffeine pills. You know, caffeine is a drug by definition. I want to bring that up. You know, it's not looked at like that, okay? Caffeine's not going to kill you. It's not going to make you go out and rob your mom, you know? So at that point, you're not really looking at that. But you can build up a tolerance to it. It's a lot of the pre-workouts. You know, Big Drew is one of my examples I just think of because I see some of these pre-workouts. 400 milligrams a serving of just caffeine. Taking it 2 to possibly 3 servings. 1,200 milligrams of caffeine. That's a lot, man. And at that point, that's, you know, some people need a little bit more than others, but there's an excessive amount. And you don't want to go over an excessive amount. It's no good for you. So if you stay within a good range, you should be able to have great energy through the day and really get done what you need to get done, or be ahead of the game like I like to be. That's why I'm always on top of it, and you have to be. If you're working that many hours, you have a long job, you need to be concentrated, you might be working nights, you might be driving through the night. We have a lot of truckers. They drive through the whole night. It's hard for me to stay awake like that. So I can only imagine what they have to do in that huge semis or trucks that they may be driving. All right, so look into that. So now, caffeine. So a lot of people use caffeine, they use these stimulants. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? So we definitely use these things like caffeine, like energy drinks and stuff like that, because we may be covering up for something. Whether you went out the night before and you partied too hard, or you were up all night doing homework, or you're covering up a deficiency of some sort. And that is a lot of the time the problem. People have deficiencies. Whether it be hormonal deficiency, a vitamin deficiency, amino acid deficiency, something that's going on within their body that they're not getting the proper energy or not feeling correct, that they need to cover it up or maybe do something about it to support, you know, what they need to do during that day or night. So at that point, you really should look into some of these possible things. When we talk about deficiencies, you know, some people, they start off the day energetic and they get to the afternoon, they're just tired. Another example I used was a patient. They said, you know what, I know what time 3 o'clock comes every day because I'm tired at 3 o'clock every day. I look at the clock and I cannot wait to get home and I dream about my bed. All right? You shouldn't think like that. Now, some nights you're going to be tired no matter what you are. If you're abundancy and all your vitamins, amino acids, everything's on point, guys, you can wear yourself out. You know, it just is what it is. We're not superhuman. We try to be, and we're definitely titans, right? But at that point, you got to make sure you're getting the proper rest. When we talk about some of these things and results, we always talk about diet, nutrition, right, sleep, and making sure everything is at optimal levels, whether it be all your vitamins, amino acids, micro nutrients, you know, everything needs to be on point. Your sleep, your therapies, your hormones, like I said. So at that point, make sure everything is right. Now, a lot of people, they get one of these things right. They either concentrate on just on diet and nutrition, and they're not concentrating on their sleep. They may be concentrating on activity and their diet. So at that point, they're hitting 2 of the things. So they're hitting most of those things. But if you want the optimal results, you need to hit everything. And I always like to push that, you know, because there's not a magic drug or a magic injection or anything like that that can really, you know, just get the results for you. You know, you can go and people get, you know, some of these surgical things done and stuff like that. But if they don't eat right and they're not doing the proper things, those things come back to haunt them, and it might be even worse. Okay? Now, I do see a question. What's the difference between ECA Stack Plus and AOD 9604? So there's a big difference, right? So with AOD, the advanced obesity drug, right, and ECA Stack Plus, one's a capsule, one's an injectable. They work in 2 different ways, where one is stimulating your pituitary to produce your own natural growth hormone levels and raise your IGF-1 and hopefully lower down the body fat in your body. Now that's going to work over time. And that's not going to give you any stimulant effect. There's no stimulants in that. With an ECA Stack Plus, you're going to get more of an energetic feeling. You're going to have more energy through the day. You should be burning fat more faster than the AOD 9604, and it'll work all over. So at that point, if I had to choose between the two, right, I would definitely start with ECA Stack Plus. Now, some patients they can't get ECA Stack Plus, and the reason is they might have cardiovascular issues. You might be too super sensitive to any kind of stimulant, and usually that's not the case, but there are people out there. And heart problems, there are a lot of people out there. We don't want to jeopardize their health anymore, so they don't qualify per se for those therapies. Where AOD 9604, that works great. I mean, that works great for somebody that can't take a stimulant and wants to have something like that. So that's the real difference between the two, and I hope I answered that question properly for you guys, and you guys understand. If you have any more, hello, how you doing? If you guys have any more questions about it, please DM us, let us know. All right, so when we talk about, you know, this caffeine and stuff like that, do you guys find yourself drinking a lot of caffeine through the day? Think about it and really think about what it's costing you per the day. ECA Stack Plus might be a great substitute for you. That's another great thing. One thing is I want to bring out to you guys, life is precious. Every minute you should be feeling your best. We never know what's going to happen, and you always want to feel your best and make sure you've taken advantage of every second during the day. I bring this up because I see people one day and I might see them drop the next. And at that point, you never know when your time is going to come. And if you're feeling like crap or your quality of life is like that every day, you know, how does that make you feel? Think about it. Reflect on it. Do you want to feel good every day that you're here on this earth, or do you not? And majority of the time, I would say, so 75, 85% is what you want to really feel good. Now, the other 15%, you might be sick, down day, tired, whatever it may be. But the majority of the time, make sure you're waking up, make sure you're feeling good, making sure you're having the energy to do what you want to do, get that work done, spending time with your family. That's what I like to do, or loved ones if you don't have any family or dog or pet, whatever it may be. That's really cool too. All right, so what does it take to get healthy? I get this question a lot. What is it going to take to get healthy, John? What do I have to take? So you don't have to take anything. Like I said, the first things you should start off with is your activity, your diet, and your sleep. After that, therapies, making sure everything's in balance per se, your hormones and stuff like that, and then being consistent about it. Don't try to shock yourself all of a sudden. If you've been doing something for so long, if you take everything away and go cold turkey, how's that really going to make you feel? So at that point, really feel how you want to feel. You're going to have to do some sacrifices, and the sacrifices you should do one at a time. Get rid of one thing if you need to, and progressively go along that track. All right? So that's what it really takes to get healthy. Activity, diet, sleep, nutrition. What are you going to do to get these things? And most people, they know what they have to do, but they don't want to do it. And that's a mind thing. Nobody's going to make you do it. You have to make yourself. So make a promise to yourself. Set a goal. That's the best thing I do for myself. Set a goal. I write it down. I try to hit that goal as fast as possible. If you do that, you'll be very successful on your weight loss transformation. A lot of people don't have this knowledge. That's why I want to bring up the Ultimate Health Bible. Me and Jeff Bahar wrote this book for people that are either amateurs at this thing in nutrition and fitness and healthy lifestyles and hormones and stuff like that, or if you're very seasoned or very experienced. This can add on to the repertoire. Your basic things that you have, you'll add on to these properties. So the second chapter in this, and I read the first chapter last time, just the title, How Nutrition Affects Your Brain and Health, right? So how nutrition, and this one adds, 26 foods to add to your diet, they're going to help with this. And obviously nutrition is going to help your brain function and health. We know that. You know the old saying, you are what you eat? That saying is true. They weren't lying to us. I thought I was a little kid. You eating those chicken nuggets. You are what you eat. You're going to become a chicken nugget. Well, you know what? If I'd have kept eating McDonald's chicken nuggets, I probably would have became a big chicken nugget. All right? Not to say I didn't eat McDonald's as a kid, because we didn't have this information like these kids have these days, or us adults. We didn't have this thing, calorie counts, what was in their, the nuggets, the fries, how they cooked them, what oil. I'll tell you a story, right? And I don't tell too many people this story because it really never comes up, but I'll tell you this story. So, when I used to hang out with my grandma, my yaya in Greek, Right? I used to go to Chicago, hang out with her. She didn't have a car because she lived in the city. We'd walk, take buses everywhere. She used to home cook meals for me because her cholesterol was high. Now, I was like 9 years old per se, and she took me out, and I begged my dad. I said, please make her take me to McDonald's. I love McDonald's. All right. He called her up and said, Mom, take her to McDonald's. She said, all right, John, I'm going to take you to McDonald's. I said, oh, awesome. We go to McDonald's. We go to the register. I order the nuggets, the fries. She's like, she told the lady, I want to talk to the manager. I'm like, what do you mean you want to talk to the manager? Come on, guy, you're embarrassing me. I just want to order the food. I'm hungry. She goes, no, I want to talk to the manager. The manager comes over. She goes, how can I help you, ma'am? And this is before like all this stuff, right? She goes, well, I want to know what kind of grease you're cooking this in or oil you're cooking this in. I want to make sure how many calories are in this. Are there any chemicals? I mean, totally just like, I'm like, Grandma, please. So finally she's like, all right, listen, all right, whatever. She pays for it, but I'm embarrassed as hell. Now I look back on it, man, she was still around. I'd kiss her on the cheek 10 times. I mean, she was ahead of the game telling me this stuff. Nobody else told me this stuff. So I teach my son these things. I made him watch Super Size Me, and if you guys don't know what it is, watch the movie. Especially if you eat McDonald's, you'll really find out, hey, listen, this isn't too good for me. And it might just, turn something in your mind and think, all right, I better do a change. A lot of people make drastic changes either when it's too late or about to be too late or a dramatic life experience. So don't wait till something bad happens to prevent it. That's what preventative medicine is all about. That's what Titan Medical Center is all about. So make sure that's what you should be all about. Prevent it from breaking down. Your body, the best machine ever created. Oh, thank you, Lord. I appreciate you for building such a great machine and putting it on earth. All right, so that is what I really want to cover, all right? So poll question, I talked about it. Have you ever tried ECAs? I had a minute amount of people say yes, and an abundance of people say no, and I want more information. If you want more information about the ECA Stack Plus, how it can help you, call or text 727-389-3220. We'd be happy to talk to you about it. It's after 6 here, so you can call, but it'll be rolled over until tomorrow morning, but you can text or email. So you can talk to us. We can get back to you right away. If you want to sign up for the new patient paperwork, go right to the website, TitanMedicalCenter.com. You can fill out the new patient paperwork all online. If you're a male or female, we'll get it right away. Call you, set you up, get you going in which way we can help you out with. Woo! It's been a long time talk. I feel like I've covered a lot of information in 30 minutes. I'd like to keep this down to 30 minutes. The next thing, I want to cover our events. We've got some events coming up. So the 11th of August, we will be in Sanford for the PCA, the Mid-Florida Classic. That's going to be awesome. We're going to be there representing. It's going to be great. We're also going to have, no, that's the old one. So PCA, USA, we will be there representing. We will also be, the next weekend, we'll be at the Florida State Classic. That'll be Deep Warner. You've seen that flyer right there. That's going to be awesome. A lot of special guests. I'll be in the house. We got a couple IFBB pros joining us. Big Drew will be there in full effect. So guys, come out and join us if you're in these areas. Orlando area, the next 2 weeks. Titan Medical Center will be there. We'll give out tons of free gear. Some new kind of stuff we got coming out. You guys are going to love it. Plus, you guys can come see us, talk to us, take some pictures with us, post it up, have some fun. That's what it's all about. All right? So I am John from Titan. I want to cover a couple more things with you guys before I leave. Ooh, dropped the hat. So we've got all kinds of new Titan gear in, but I do want to show you guys the new Titan hats. So we've got the black one. And we did have the Nike ones like this, but these are 3930s. The other ones wouldn't fit Big Drew's big head. So I had to get some new ones. I got these 3930s. These fit perfect. They're awesome. We've got them in all different sizes, different colors to match your outfits out there. Guys, if you guys want these, they're not on the website yet, call or text 727-389-3220. Check us out on social media. Make sure you keep it locked. Instagram, Facebook, right? YouTube. Google Play will have the podcast on there. We're working on Apple right now. We're like in 3 or 4 other different areas too on that podcast. The podcast can be good. We bring us some different interviews from different people you guys haven't heard from before. So it should be fun. Stay with me on my journey, guys. We love you here at Titan. If we can help you out in any way, shape, or form, please call us or contact us. I appreciate it. I'm John from Titan. Thank you very much.